I think that business people need to understand not just the present but the future, and not the future in the next 3 months, but the future in the next 10, 15, 20, 25 years. GoTo, Global Opportunities and Threats, Oxford, is all about trying to identify the big trends that are likely to give rise to opportunities for businesses in the future and to give rise to challenges for regulators and policymakers as well. If you want the business community to change the world, you need to arm them with information so they know where to start. Even the largest business schools in the world are populated with experts in marketing and finance and accounting, but not necessarily by experts in aging or in big data. So why Oxford? It's because we have the resources here and the depth here in order to look deeply in these questions. 10 years out, and maybe it's going to be 15 or 20 years out, there'll be students who pass through this course and alumni who pass through this course that'll be creating businesses they might not have created. There'll be policymakers making policy on the basis of evidence that they might not have made without this course. That's what's so exciting about this course.
Thank you. The Institute of Ageing works within the Martin School with other institutes to consider the challenges of population ageing and how they're going to interact with other 21st century challenges. One of the key statistics that I think is most significant is that within 20 years, half of Western Europe will be aged over 50. We've never had a region of the world where half the population is aged over 50. And at the same time, we will have a quarter of the developed world aged over 65 and a quarter of Asia aged over 60.
GoTo has two navigation systems, the top navigation bar and the bottom. The top bar is in essence the Said Business School curriculum area. The bottom is a personalised area where students can save, share and view portfolio information, including webcasts, podcasts, notes, images and documents. The GoTo application allows students to click on the top navigation bar to discover content and to delve deeper into the curriculum on the impact of global ageing. The bottom bar is for saving data they've gathered or created throughout their journey on GoTo. The top navigation system is split into 5 separate areas or portals. These will frame the curriculum and act as provocations for the students. By clicking on one of the portals, for example, will global ageing result in an even more unequal world, a student has the opportunity to take a line of inquiry into further depth, to consider the business or policy implications of each area.
So then relating to this image you're now seeing, what are the prospects for this boy growing up in a world far removed from the tremendous advances in technology, genetics, pharmacology? Will it still be a life of shortgevity? Or maybe longevity but disabled? Or, hopefully, healthy longevity?
The second tier of content, or the lenses, will draw on expertise from around the university and beyond to provide perspectives on these questions. For instance, Professor Charles Godfrey from the Zoology Department discusses the sustainability implications of population ageing.
In fact, if one was looking at this data around about the turn of the century, one would see that we were on course to meet the Millennium Development Goal of 8% hunger by 2015. And because of what's happened with food prices and the out-of-kilter supply and demand over the last couple of years, it looks like we're not going to make that.
Beneath this, an interested student would be able to access further papers, reports, articles and analysis on this same topic. Highlighted keywords let students navigate to different parts of the curriculum both within and across portals. GoTo has a secondary navigation system at the bottom of the screen. This provides a series of tools designed to help students to save, share and archive work throughout their use of the GoTo application. The bottom navigation bar appears by clicking the bottom left-hand button to show options for notes, forums, lectures, images, documents and podcasts. It also allows students to view and critique one another's work. Within the main GoTo window, there are two options next to pieces of content. The first option is sharing. This allows students to share content outside the GoTo application to perhaps an email address, a learning group, or even a social network. The second option is the save option. If, for instance, a student has viewed a webcast which they found useful or interesting, they'll be able to save it to their personalised portfolio. The notes system allows students to see in a quick view way how many notes they've saved. There are two types of notes they can create: audio notes, in other words, speaking alongside a piece of content, or text notes, where a keyboard will appear at the bottom of the screen, allowing students to type whilst watching, reading, or listening to content. If the student clicks the expanded view, the note system expands to the full size of the GoTo window, showing all the notes that have been saved, whether they are audio or text notes. The forum is a simple system that allows students to create a thread, or read one, or upload content themselves. This will facilitate their ability to work in groups and also to have online group tutorials, should they be needed. The forum will be a place that links all GoTo students. The video section of the portfolio also has a quick view or expanded view facility. All the videos that have been saved and associated notes for the videos will appear in the main GoTo app window in a full screen sense. You can close that window by pressing the minus button or expand the window. When a user clicks on an individual video, that video then opens in a full screen sense with related videos shown to the right hand side. Students are then given the option to share that video content if required or add comments to the video, thus crowdsourcing their input to the GoTo site in a truly interactive way. Within the portfolio section is the image bank. This is where students can save or upload images. Again, like other sections within the portfolio, there's a quick view look which will give an instant overview of a folder's contents, or a more expanded view which will show the entire saved image bank. By clicking on one of the thumbnails, you'll be able to view the image in a full screen format with comment and sharing options below. Documents, papers and articles, these might be in a Microsoft Word format or perhaps PDF, can also be saved within the Documents folder. These papers may be created by faculty or the students. Again, by clicking in the Portfolio section, the students can then click on the Document system to expand to a full screen mode, allowing them to see which have been saved and to view in full screen format. Within the Portfolio section is the podcast system. This allows students to save audio podcasts to their portfolio by clicking on the podcast button, and this will expand to show all the podcasts which have been saved in the student's personal area. By clicking an individual podcast, they'll be able to listen to, make comments and share. The content management system at the heart of GoTo is Drupal. Drupal is already being used by the Oxford community and is a robust and reliable content management system, allowing faculty and tutors to update, modify and enhance the content in a very simple and straightforward way. The GoTo platform will be part of a blended learning module. Students will also work in groups with a tutor to explore the business and policy implications of the theme. They will attend live lectures and seminars and have the opportunity to develop new skills throughout the course of the module. The GoTo learning platform will provide Oxford students, wherever they are, with a new way to access a spectrum of academic perspectives on global trends. The aspiration of GoTo is that these students will transform this learning into action as they become the leaders of tomorrow.